Without objection. The gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this chart shows the amount of money that we have in circulation in dollars. And as you can see, that up until recently, there wasn't a great deal of increase in the amount of money in circulation. But just in the last few years, last couple of years, it has shot straight up. Straight up. That means that we're seeing an inflationary trend unparalleled in American history, but that's not the end of it. People need to know that their money is going to buy a lot less if we continue down the road we're on. Now, just to let you know where some of the money is that is not on this chart, China has given us about $690 billion in loans. And just this week, leaders in the Chinese government said that they were very concerned about the value of those loans being eroded by reckless policies in the United States of America. The U.S. should make the Chinese feel confident that the value of the assets at least will not be eroded in a significant way. And Secretary Geithner of the Treasury has been told this. And yet he said just today that there could be as much as $2 trillion printed and put into circulation, at least a large part of it, because who's going to loan us money when the Chinese, who are the biggest holders of our debt, are saying that they want guarantees that the value of the currency is not going to go down? And so who's going to buy these loans? The Social Security Trust Fund has an awful lot of that money, and it's already bankrupt. But the fact of the matter is, the Treasury Department of the United States, in my opinion, and I'm very sure this is going to happen, they're going to have to print more money. Billions and billions in dollars in additional money. And when they put that into circulation, the law of supply and demand is going to make it very clear that everything that we buy is going to cost a heck of a lot more. Now, if you have $100 and 100 quarts of milk, a quart of milk can cost $1. But if you triple the money supply and you have $300 and 100 quarts of milk, it's going to cost $3 for a quart of milk. And that's the way inflation works. And this is a very clear signal that our money supply is going up like a rocket right now. And Secretary Geithner is talking about $2 trillion more in addition to what they're talking about in the supplemental. The supplemental is over $800 billion, almost another $1 trillion. The omnibus spending bill, which we're going to be passing, is $410 billion, and there's a $100 billion supplemental. Now think about that. Where is all that money going to come from? You can't give people something unless you take it away as far as taxes are concerned, so we can't tax people that much. And so what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to inflate the money supply. And they are going to do it. The manipulation of our money supply is something that everybody in this country ought to be concerned about. They really should be concerned about it, because the value of the money you have in the bank, and a lot of people have already lost a ton in the stock market, but the value of the money that you have in the bank and under the mattress or wherever you keep your money is going to be devalued dramatically because they're going to print so much more money. So there'll be trillions of dollars more chasing the same amount or fewer goods and services. And everybody in America ought to be saying that we've got to put a hammer on the spending and put a hammer on these big policies that we're coming up with right now. I don't think people realize, honestly, I understand we have economic problems, but this is going to put our kids, our grandkids, and our posterity in one heck of a situation, because they're either going to be taxed to the limit or way above the limit, or they're going to have to deal with an inflationary spiral that means that the amount of money they have won't amount to anything. In Zimbabwe right now, that one piece of currency is worth about 12 million of their former currencies. So they just put more zeros on it. And when people go to buy bread or food or anything else over there, they have to take buckets of money. That happened in post-World War II Germany. And we're going to do it here right here in the United States if we don't get controlled spending. And this is real, folks. This isn't baloney. Geithner said today he may have to monetize up to $1 trillion or get loans for $1 trillion or $2 trillion. $410 billion in the omnibus, $800+ billion in the stimulus, $100 billion in the supplemental. I mean, where's this money going to come from? Where's it going to come from? So I'd just like to say, Mr. Speaker, to my colleagues and the American people, This ain't baloney. This is real dollars and cents. This is the future of our kids, our grandkids, and the future of our system of government in the United States of America. We must not let this happen. We must not let this happen.
Gentleman's time has expired.